Hi, high performer. I so love seeing you here. Today, my friend, let us talk about your superpower. And today, more specifically, we're going to talk about if you are introverted or extroverted and how to use that superpower. This is Maria Linden, mentor and high performance coach, helping you to reach success and fulfillment. How do you know then if you are more introverted or extroverted? Well, the definition that we use here at the High Performance Academy is this. If you are more extroverted, you charge your batteries, meaning you get energy by being with other people, by being social, okay? While, on the other hand, if you are more introverted, you usually charge your batteries and you gain energy by being more alone, by being more in solitude, and perhaps spending time with like a few selected people. Okay. So do not confuse this with, for example, only the ability to be social, but really like where do you get energy? Where do you really recharge your batteries? Let me add here also, of course, you're going to have like both, but usually it's one that is more dominant. So in this first step, I would like for you to reflect a little. Where do you actually get energy? Where do you recharge? And from this understanding, you will know if you are more extroverted or more introverted. Once you have created this clarity about yourself, you will start also to understand other people much better. And what I would like for you to do next now is for you to really embrace yourself, to really embrace the superpowers that you have. So if you are more extroverted, don't blame yourself or judge yourself for like, oh, I always want to meet so much people and I always like run around so much. No, use that. This is your superpower. So instead of, for example, when it comes to your marketing, when it comes to sales, instead of like sitting there and obsessing, like posting on social media, perhaps it's better for you to go out there, to go out and network, to mingle, to go to a party, to do speaking gigs and profit speaking and so on. And that is probably a much better way many times for you. Let me also add here, remember also to balance it. So if you're a person who like really wants to meet people all the time, it's also a good thing if you balance your energy also by practicing sometimes to slowing down, to being a little bit alone, to doing a little bit of mindfulness or yoga or whatever, some sort of practice where you just like, okay. So we all need to sometimes balance ourselves and strengthen the muscles that we don't have naturally. Okay. Moving on now, if you are more introverted, once again, embrace yourself, honey, and really, really celebrate yourself because your superpower is many times that you are more sensitive. You're picking up on other people's energy, which also makes you more sensitive to being like around a lot of people and different energies. But this also makes you very intuitive. It also makes you very great at knowing what other people need, how they feel. And you just have this sense of knowing so you can help them. Also, it's very beautiful because many times you're also very sensitive also to like really like creative ideas because you are really open to it. So this is a beautiful thing. When we like really can feel with other people, that is a superpower. That it really the heart to heart. So honor yourself for this. Do not push yourself. Do not judge yourself, especially for not being like extremely extroverted. Even though society like really celebrates and promotes this, but be so proud of yourself, honey. And myself, I've always been more introverted, but it's become more with time. And this is something that instead of trying to fight it or instead of judging ourselves, it's so much more beautiful to really just like know that you should be so proud of yourself. Love yourself fully and completely and use this sensitivity. Use also the power of your presence. It's not necessarily everything you do and you're just like, wow. So many times what people feel is your presence. So use this also in your marketing when it comes to your sales conversations. Find whatever works for you and use the creativity that you have. So no matter who you are, or for example, if this more introverted part of you is, for example, perhaps you're like really, really great at like niching down or like really going into like something technical or like learning a new skill, wow, that is your superpower. So once again, really be very proud of yourself and see this as a superpower. So that was the next thing. And then also, as the last thing that I also want to add here, same thing here. If you're very introverted, sometimes you need to balance it a bit. So even though you want to sit at home on your couch, or perhaps you want to sit there in front of your computer, challenge yourself also. Go out and meet people. Go to events sometimes, because very often you will see that there's like a stretch, but you don't grow if you stay inside your comfort zone. So also go out there, go to a couple of events, go to a party. You might actually end up meeting like a really good friend there and so on. That becomes a good friend. So yeah, that is my advice to you. And as a last thing also, when it comes to miracles, a miracle, my friend, is a shift in your own perception from fear to love, from judgment back to love. And instead of judging yourself, or instead of judging other people for not being like the same way as you, or like, oh, this person is not like social, it's like, no, just honor them and just love them for who they are, just like you want to be loved for who you are. And this is where the miracle occurs, my friend. You will feel so much better. This other person will feel so much better. And you will just walk through life with a different energy, with a different attitude. There you have it, my friend. Let us now, as always, summarize what we have been covering in today's training. Okay. In order for you to be high performing and to grow your business and to create new amazing results in your life and at work, what is really important for you to understand is if you are more introverted or more extroverted. If you are more extroverted, you like really charge your batteries and get energy by being with other people. If you're more introverted, you usually get more energy and charge more energy when you are by yourself or in solitude or with a few selected people. Do not confuse this with, for example, just being social, because many of us who are very introverted can still be extremely social and find that really fun. But where we actually gain energy, where we charge our batteries, is often when we are alone. So that is the first thing. The second thing that I want you to do is for you to really embrace yourself and be super proud, because this is your superpower. No matter if you're extroverted or introverted, this is your superpower. So use that and bring it into your work, to your business building, to your marketing, your sales, when it comes to, for example, when you need a new approach in health, for example, or relationships, communication, bring in this. So if you are very extroverted, use that as a superpower in order to succeed with sales, with marketing, or for example, if you want to start going to the gym, be social and get to the gym. So that is the next thing. And also the third thing also is for you to remember also to balance it. So if you're very extroverted, it can be also good to build the muscles, meaning to also sometimes slow down, to be a little bit alone, to find your ways to also be more calm and reflect. And if you're more introverted, sometimes also balance it by actually going out there, meeting people and growing, going outside your comfort zone, because this is where growth happens. Sending you so much love, my friend. I really hope that this inspires you. And if you like this tip and if you like this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel. And also go to www.lindenmaria.com and sign up for my newsletter, because that way I will be able to send you my latest video with tips just like this, or a free bonus, a free resource, or audio that I only share with you in email. With all my sincerity, may this inspire and serve you. And remember this: you have the power to change the world. Choose love over fear, and you will enable miracles in your life and in your business.